I traveled to Japan, a country which is known for its crazy food culture.
That's octopus. Dude!
But I came here with one specific mission. You might have seen those crazy marbled steaks from Japan. They are called Wagyu Steaks, and I never tried one in my life. So my mission is to travel through the country to find the best steak of Japan.
He really knows how to cook meat. That's right.
The rules are pretty simple. Every steak I eat, I will rate on a scale from 1 to 10. And I won't leave the country until I found a steak which is a 10 out of 10.
We arrived in Kyoto and the vibes here are just amazing.
My friend Lucas joins me on this mission. He's a music producer and he loves steaks as much as I do.
Almost 24 hours since we had our last steak.
So we gotta find our first Japanese steak.
I have no idea how this works. I can't read anything. Right now it's actually harder than expected.
Too much chicken, fried foods, unhealthy stuff.
All of this was useless. We needed steaks.
A lot of beef on the menu, as you can see. So we're gonna give it a try. Let's go. I'm way too hungry right now.
The restaurant was called Tasty Quick Value. Exactly what we needed.
So we're having our first yakiniku, which is basically a Japanese barbecue.
You're using an iPad to order the meat, the cuts are delivered raw, and then you cook it yourself on a grill in front of you. And this is the first encounter with Wagyu beef.
Never had Wagyu before, and this is just mind-blowing.
There are not even a lot of spices on this, and this really tastes amazing. I would say 8 out of 10 so far.
So we started very strong, and we thought that it's gonna be pretty fast and easy to find a 10 out of 10 steak. Well, we only thought so for a very short time.
So apparently it's more salad than beef.
3 out of 10.
Oh, it's cold.
5 out of 10.
That's not what I expected. One interesting thing here about food in Japan is that it takes quite a long time until the next dish arrives. Food is a celebration, not just put it into your mouth and swallow it. That's what she said! The meat was meh, a 6.5, but the fish was very good.
Although I'm here for the steaks, I wanted to check how crazy the fish culture really is. And I wasn't disappointed at all.
I guess you can get fresh crab here. Shrimps. What else?
Capasanta.
Capasanta. So we got our fish.
First try.
It's crazy. They kill the fish right next to you, put it on the sushi, and you can enjoy it yourself.
I even tried the deadly fugu fish.
Doesn't taste that poisonous.
So the craziness of the Japanese fish markets didn't disappoint.
I want some steak. I don't want this anymore.
That's been enough fish, and I still need to find the best steak of Japan.
A good hack to find good restaurants is that during the day you're just gonna check where are there a lot of people in line.
So we waited and tried one of those.
It's a small, as you can see, just six people sitting here.
We are ordering 2 plates of the best meat they are offering. The marbling actually looks exactly like in the pictures I've seen before.
And that is actually the best steak I've ever had.
I can't even describe it. I'm just happy.
Yes, this tastes amazing. But I actually don't really know what I'm eating. Is this Wagyu beef? And if so, why does it look and taste so different than any other steak I had before? To answer all of those questions, I plan to meet the owner and chef of the restaurant on the next day. His name is Yamada Makoto, and he has been a yakiniku chef for 17 years. In his restaurant, he uses exclusively Wagyu beef. Wa means Japanese, and Gyu means cow.
Wow. I don't have to bite it because it's so soft. It just melts in the mouth. It's, oh my god. Thank you very much.
He explains to me that Wagyu beef is made from special cows, which are known for their physical endurance. And this is what gives them more intramuscular fat cells, which makes the fat distributed evenly throughout the whole muscle, which makes it taste so tender. The chef explains to me that Wagyu beef is coming from different areas within Japan.
Miyazaki, Kobe, Omi, Matsuzaka.
Each region has its own special ways of raising Wagyu. They have different kinds of cows and also give them different food. Because of their unique traditions, each region has gained its own reputation and recognition around the world. Miyazaki is one of the highest ranking Wagyus from Japan.
Miyazaki, champion beef.
The cows are bred in the Miyazaki prefecture. And that's the beef the chef uses. Lucas and I ordered 2 plates of this meat.
Number 2. Let's go.
Each of us paid $25 for all of this. So I was wondering how he was able to offer such high quality meat for such a low price.
Miyazaki beef, direct, cheap. Yes.
Because he knows the farmer, he can assure the high quality for those prices.
He really knows how to cook meat. That's After eating this yakiniku, I'm just so happy. You might see it. So come here if you're in Kyoto. Say hello. Say you're coming from Max. Maybe you get a discount or something. Oh, thank you so much. Look at him. He's you're my friend now.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
I stumbled upon one of the best steaks ever at this small random restaurant and picked it based on the crowd outside. When I spoke with the chef, he mentioned a particular Wagyu beef known as Kobe beef. It's the most famous and expensive Wagyu beef.
Kobe beef, very expensive.
He said that the best steaks in Japan are coming from the region around Kobe City. So it doesn't really make sense for me to rate his steak yet before trying a Kobe beef. I need something to compare it to. Kobe beef is known for its marbling, which makes the meat exceptionally tender, juicy and flavorful. The cows receive special care and are fed a unique diet and sometimes even beer. This sounds crazy, so I want to know if you can taste the difference. First, I tried to find Kobe in Kyoto.
My first Kobe beef stick. It has an interesting texture, to be honest.
How do you like it? It's great. It's not one of my favorite steaks I've ever had.
Yeah, it's more chewy than I expected it to be.
The first Kobe beef we tried was only an 8 out of 10. So then we knew we need to go to Kobe itself to get the real deal. So we jumped on a train to drive to Kobe.
We arrived in Kobe, where all of this beef is coming from.
The city is a beef heaven. It's filled with beef restaurants everywhere. Japan in general has a lot of delicious beef options. And when talking to locals, one thing became clear to me.
Japanese people love the meat.
But she also told me that there was a time in Japanese history where there was no beef culture at all. In order to find out more about this, she actually recommended us to meet with samurais. So that's what we did. The samurais were a big deal in Japan's history and culture. They lived by values like loyalty, honor, and self-discipline.
Talking to the samurais, they told me that meat wasn't part of their diet.
So protein would have come from fish or tofu.
But once they found out that this might be the reason why all the Japanese people and the samurais are so short, they wanted to start including more and more meat.
There's a real push to get people to eat more beef and other meat proteins because they wanted people to be taller.
There were actually governmental guidelines to include more and more meat into their diets.
And that's the reason why there is such a big beef culture in Japan, especially in Kobe.
So we found a place, it's called Steakland. I guess it's a pretty good name for a place where you want to get some steak. Kobe steak! So the special thing here is that it's going to be prepared in front of us, which is a good sign because we see if they use seed oils or not.
When we saw our steaks, we noticed that they looked a little bit weird. The marbling wasn't even comparable to the Miyazaki beef. We are in the right region and we ordered a Kobe Wagyu beef steak. So this needs to be good, right? We traveled all the way to Kobe hoping to find a 10 out of 10 steak. So now it's on you, Kobe. Show us what you got.
How do you like it?
The difference is not as big as I thought.
I'm not overwhelmed by it, let's put it that way. So far, the Kobe beef experience is medium.
a 6.5. How could the Kobe beef taste so disappointing? Well, that's because Wagyu beef doesn't automatically mean it's good. There is a grading system which goes from C1 to A5. The letter indicates how much meat is on the cow, and the number represents the quality of the meat, which means what's the marbling, what's the color, and the texture. In Japan, you can only buy A3 to A5, so what we had in Kobe was cheaper, and therefore more of an A3 cut. To see what difference the quality really makes, I wanted to get an A5 Kobe Wagyu steak. So I was researching where I could find such an A5 cut. And it led me back to Kyoto. Today I'm gonna go to one of the best Kobe beef restaurants actually in Kyoto to check out what the higher quality cuts taste like. This is the restaurant, Kobe Beef Steak Maria Gion.
DeMarco-san.
What?
DeMarco-san.
Yes. The restaurant is an interesting one because you get a private chef in front of you. Hi. I'm gonna take Kobe beef finest sirloin. So that's 150 grams of Kobe beef, which we're gonna get. Looks pretty good. Looks way more marbleized than the other one. So excited for this one.
The chef's approach to prepare the steak was amazing. He handled it with so much care and attention.
Oh wow. It already looks so different. It has way more fat. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let's try this one.
Even though both Kobe beef steaks are from the same region, the big question is, are A5 steaks really that much better than A3 steaks? Is this finally my 10 out of 10 steak? The Kobe steak is 6 times more expensive than the Miyazaki steak. Is it also that much better? Wow.
Major difference. Not even comparable.
I was overwhelmed by the taste.
Just since it's so fatty, even 150 grams is enough for me. So I'm getting fuller and fuller, although I'm not eating that much.
After having 2 bad experiences with Kobe beef, this was truly different.
The marbling, you can taste the quality. It's so much different than the other one. This is the best steak I've ever had. And probably this is the most expensive steak I've ever eaten in my life.
For $150, I found a real A5 Kobe beef steak with the marbling I'd only seen in pictures before coming to Japan.
This makes me happy. I'm eating super slow. I want to take in all of this aroma.
So, what's the conclusion?
Although this was an amazing experience, I think there is a nuance to it, because I would rather focus on the quality of the meat rather than where it's from. I don't think that the quality difference is that big, and that's also what the other chef told me. So if you're on a budget and still want to experience amazing meat, you don't need to go for the Kobe beef. It was like $1 per gram, $150 for this steak. It was amazing, and I'm glad that I did it, but as I said, I think you don't necessarily need to always get Kobe beef. The other beef from Japan is also very, very good.
And that's why both the Kobe and the Miyazaki steak are 10 out of 10 steaks for me. I found the best steaks of Japan and I'm able to travel back home.
So as always, thank you for watching my video. I'm an independent filmmaker, so I'm living off of donations. If you want to help me, you can send me some Bitcoin here or find a donation link down in the description. Subscribe, like, and share this video if you liked it, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.